there, welcome to CITAM Church Online. And as we draw closer to the end of this year, this is an opportunity for us to actually take some time and reflect. And that's why the title of today's video is Food for Thought. And the question here that I'd like us to reflect on is found in John chapter 21, and I'll start off with verse 15. It says that when they had finished breakfast, Jesus said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." He said to him, "Feed my lambs." He said to him a second time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." He said to him, "Tend my sheep." And verse 17, he said to him the third time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Peter was grieved because he said to him the third time, "Do you love me?" And he said to him, "Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you." And Jesus said to him, "Feed my sheep." Friends, at the tail end of every year, one of the things I like to do is reflect on the year that has passed. And 2020 is one of those years where people are saying we should just write it off from history. It shouldn't even appear in the history books because of the kind of disruption that this year has seen. We've experienced disruption because of the pandemic, and perhaps you've experienced disruption at a personal level. You might have lost a loved one. You might have lost a job. You might have lost income or your livelihood. You might have lost certain things, and on account of those losses, your life has been disrupted. The reality is that as we're reading John 21, Simon Peter was at a place of disruption. The story of his life had not panned out the way he had intended. Jesus, the Messiah, the one he loved, the one he followed, was crucified unfairly. And then Peter himself had denied Jesus thrice. Talk about disruption, talk about disappointments, talk about failure. And so he was at a he was at a place of being brought low. He was at the guttermost insofar as his life is concerned. And then the Lord appears because Jesus had resurrected. And the Lord appears to Simon and he asks him three probing questions. It's actually one question, and it is asked thrice. And the question is worth reflecting on. Do you love me? In the midst of all that has happened, in the midst of 2020, in the midst of coronavirus, the pandemic, in the midst of whatever losses you might have experienced, I want to pose to you the question that the Lord posed to Simon. Do you love the Lord? As you look at the year that is soon coming to an end, do you love him more than you loved him in January? Have you grown closer to him? This is food for thought. This is actually something worth reflecting on so that our hearts we can have a heart audit and we can know, have I grown more in love with the Lord, or has my love waned? And I want to also look at another scripture here, Revelation chapter 2. This is a scripture we've been looking at in our church in CITAM Woodley. Our senior pastor has been guiding us through a series, and we've looked at the church at Ephesus, which is commended for many, many things. But in Revelation chapter 2, verse 4, they are told, these are the words of Jesus, "But I have this against you, that you have abandoned the love you had at first." You have abandoned the love you had at first. The church at Ephesus, just like Simon Peter, was being called to a place of reflection about their love relationship with the Lord. And friends, when I think about this question, it cuts through my heart. It pierces me. Why? Because I get a reality check and I begin to see places where my love has waned, places where it needs to increase, places where I need to go back, and not just even go back to the first love, to supersede that first love. And so I invite you today to reflect on this question. Do you love Him more than when 2020 first began? Do you love Him less in light of all that has happened? Do you love Him? Do you love Him? Oh, I pray that God would take us back to our first love. Thanks for watching, and please go ahead and share with us your comments. If you know that there's someone who needs to think with you about their love relationship with the Lord, go ahead and share. You can pass this video on to them. Bottom line, may we love the Lord with all our hearts, soul, strength, and mind. Thanks for watching. God bless.